Those are exercised.
Oh,
Why are you exercising?
Yeah. You guys doing?
Those?
Standard issue airborne belt. I got a new
Glad
belt,
I could
guys.
help. Keep your ear to the ground.
Okay. What? So
I got a new green belt.
I think that we should. I don't think we'll probably see the expansion before Christmas, though. Do you think, Rithian?
I hope so. I really do,
X-Boost.
but I don't think
Thanks.
so. To me, I feel like they don't have it anywhere near enough ready, really, for it to be done that soon.
Well,
I would
you'd
really
be
like
surprised
to, but-
actually, because they probably started working on it around when they announced Draenor, so they probably do have a lot of
Yeah.
it ready to go. But there's probably just a lot of art that's not complete and lots of like placeholder quests and shit like that. But it'll probably
There was
be
a
sooner
lot
than we
of
think.
talk about like that them. Sorry, there was a lot of talk about them having a second WoW team, wasn't there? Working on like another expansion in parallel. You know,
Yeah.
they were
Well,
going
they
to have
were-
like
there
two
was the
teams, a
whole
little bit
thing
like
about,
Assassin's
like-
Creed, right?
Yeah, sort of. And they were all like, "Oh, we got so many people on our team now. Team's bigger than ever." And then World of Warcraft was like pretty tiny in the long run, even though it was like
Well,
it
I
was
think
pretty
what they
big
said,
and hyped.
they said that the big bottleneck for them's always been art and like new art. So like a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that comes out quickly will just reuse art or whatever. But I don't know if they've managed to like fix that or what. But one thing that's crazy, this game has been out for so long, but the art's always been very, very consistent, hasn't it? Like it.
Yeah.
Which
Honestly,
is,
it's top of the line.
I
They're really,
imagine
really
that
good at
it
what
would
they
be
do.
very hard to do to keep it like as consistent as that, like throughout the years or whatever. But maybe not. Maybe it's like really fucking easy, and I'm just, you know, dumb.
No, I think the great thing about WoW is that it's taken a lot of things that we really love and the tropes from everywhere. So you've got this sort of science fictiony, spaceshipy, crystally people, you know, like the Draenei, and you've got the classic sort of the look and feel of the classic sort of high elves and the blood elves and stuff like this. And you've got the old dwarves, and you know, you've got a bit in the humans in a kind of cartoony way. Like all the bosses are quite cool as well, like Demons from Hell, or kind of like the Naru were cool, and I think a lot of Draenor was pretty cool as well. I think
Leveling in Draenor
Pandaria,
was
you know,
amazing.
I mean Pandaria had it grew on me, right? When it came out, I was like meh, but it really, really grew on me. Pandaria, just the
Yeah.
look and feel of the world, like. I mean, you know, you can take away what you don't like from Pandaria and blah blah blah, and everyone says, "Oh, Wrath of the Lich King was so good," and Burning Crusade and blah blah blah. Everyone loves all those adventures, but I did like Cataclysm too. I like Deep Home. I really liked a lot of some of the stuff just really does it for me. Like how well they've integrated. You can tell they're massive like nerds. You know,
Yeah.
Blizzard people. You know, from like even from back in the day, like thinking about like doing, you know, the Temple of Atal Hakar or whatever,
Yeah.
and like the slimes and the dragons and stuff, you know, right back in 10 years ago. It was very, and also, but look at Goblins versus Gnomes and stuff like that, how good that is, you know. Oh my god, you can
What?
disenchant stuff.
I can,
Sips.
yeah.
You disenchanted stuff.
I
Some
can.
strange dust. Did you level up for doing that?
No, I didn't disenchant it actually. It was done through the loot rolling thing. I'm trying to find some fucking ghost at the shore here, but I can't find her.
That is one of the most handy things to do via the.
It said
The-
to take my ring to the shore, speak to some dead woman, but she's not here.
Sometimes, like, if you have anyone that's an enchanter, you just like invite them to your group and then they go offline, and you just go around questing, and you'll always get up that little window so you can automatically disenchant the item,
Really?
even if they're not actually online or nowhere near you. It's
Oh,
pretty
the
handy.
marker is wrong apparently. Where the fuck is it then? Oh, it's the other side.
Are you
Use the
DEing your
ring.
stuff?
No,
So
you can't
do you
use
actually
it.
still can you actually still level from DEing disenchanting stuff or not?
I don't think
no,
so.
you can't. You don't get.
You only
any
get
XP
experience
for
from
DEing.
gathering stuff. And
So
only
how do you
mining and
level
herping.
enchanting now then?
Oh, you mean leveling? Oh, yeah. No, yeah, he'll get that up to a certain point, and then
Who's that?
he needs to actually enchant.
Other side.
So you can just level through disenchanting for a while.
I think up until X enchanting skill or whatever, and then afterwards you need
X.
to. Well, I don't know the actually, but
The marker
don't
is
know.
wrong. What the fuck?
Yinny is hitting on me in Danish. I
Yinny?
think.
In Danish.
Stop
Yeah.
getting on Rithian in Danish,
First-
Yinny, for Christ's sake.
First she said I was a handsome troll guy, and now she's asking if we should have a group orgy with this other guy here.
Wow.
Oh my
It's a
God.
little bit extreme for me. I don't know.
Too extreme.
I am
It's too
much
soon.
like the
Extreme
guild
Yinny.
motto. I am a little bit vanilla. I guess.
Oh, I think it's over here. Who's that?
Vanilla.
Oh, well done.
That's
No,
really bad
not.
joke.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, here she is. I found her. Why is that marker wrong? That's so annoying. Thank you. You see the world through Kalitha's eyes. Oh my god, what do I do now? Locate assistant Greeley? No, we have to learn about her secret. What the hell?
Wow, I don't like this zone. Do you?
It's not
Which
the
zone
best,
are you
is
guys
it?
in?
I want to be in Northern Barrens. Can we go to Northern Barrens?
Yeah, let's
Come
go
on.
there in a sec. Northern
Alright, fuck
Barrens
this
is
zone.
really terrible as well, though. I'm just saying.
Well, I
Bishara
don't
is a
care.
pretty good zone.
I fucking don't like. I don't like the goblins and shit. It's all fucking. It's none of this shit is vanilla. It's bullshit.
Lewis doesn't like all the non-vanilla shit.
Nah, it should be.
apparently.
It's all Barrens.
It's fucking Barrens. It has to be
Well,
Barrens all
Barrens
the way, right?
has been
We're playing-
de-vanilla'd though, because it's got that big
Yeah,
fucking...
but at least it's not full of fucking giant goblin rocket ships and shit. Every fucking quest that we're doing now is firing a fucking
Oh, I
goblin
see.
rocket
This
up the
marker is
asshole.
for when you're in the spirit world.
Elune
Okay,
adorn.
tell me your stupid ass secret. Okay, I've done it. Alright. Retrieve the Sarsen stone from the bottom of Lake Meminar. I feel like a lot of these quests, I don't care. Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Come
no,
to fucking Barrens.
you're doing it to level up. That's mostly what you did back in the day, right? You just wanted to level up. You were happy when you got like good
That's
experience.
true, actually.
It was cool if you saw cool shit on the way. but,
Sparing
you know,
change. There's a deep sea beggar down here on top of a sarcophagus. No change for you. I don't have any money. I've got like 2 gold. Gee whiz. All right, I'm coming, Lewis. I'm just gonna hand this in, and then we're off to the Barrens, Northern Barrens, right?
Okay, I'm gonna list up my shit on the auction house. My 5 chunks for meat.
Oh shit. I'm gonna quaff these speed potions. Look at this. I'm running like super fast. I'm quaffing. I'm a quaffing.
It's annoying that there's no vanilla kind of auction house posting macro thing, you know?
Well,
but I mean,
I can understand why, though. I don't think that they want to encourage people becoming like auction house barons and making it very easy for them to do it as well.
Well,
Or maybe they just want you to make your own macros.
We will persevere.
maybe.
What the hell?
back in vanilla, you could make, not necessarily back in vanilla, but you could make way more advanced macros that kind of broke the game a little bit, and then they ended up like limiting it
Oh, I see.
because like they were basically people figured out a lot of things. I could just do this with a macro, and then like they started limiting things.
I mean, don't get me
Do you
wrong.
remember playing? I don't know if you guys had like Hunter. You played Hunter, didn't you, Sips? I
Yeah, I
remember you
did for
playing
a long
Hunter.
time, yeah.
Yeah, didn't you used to use like the standard macro, where you basically just rolled your fucking mouse wheel and you did your DPS rotation?
Yeah, and I used to.
Yeah.
I also had in the macro to say shoot arrow. So, and I would repeatedly get muted in chat for overusing /say because you would shoot like 1,000,000 arrows inside
Yeah.
of 20 seconds or whatever. Yeah, that was back in Horde side in TBC and Wrath of the Lich King, and then I had an Alliance Paladin as well back then.
Holy crap! I think you've had bloody played everything. I remember you when you were a mage,
Baladash
Yeah.
and you're now a
Valinora.
mage. You're a Draenei
Remember the
mage.
sun well.
You had a
Draenei
big,
mage.
beefy male Draenei mage.
Yeah, that was really fucking good actually.
See, Blizzard added the Draenei because they wanted like a beefy male Alliance character, right? Because there
Yeah,
wasn't one,
a
right?
real beefcake, yeah.
Because the thing is, like Alliance raids, you know, Tauren raids were quite broken up because they had the big Taurens in there, Horde raids, and you had like the smaller. Some of the races were a little bit smaller, and obviously they added goblins as the sort of small version. So
You can sort of sense like what they wanted with the races, and you have goblins, gnomes, like Draenei, Tauren. And you have like humans and night elves, which are basically blood elves, and you have the orcs, which are kind of the dwarves, and so on and so on. They have their like, were they, you know, equivalents. I guess
Simon
is the
was
word.
always a little bit annoyed that kind of people started stepping on the toes of dwarves, though, because like originally, kind
I guess he would be.
Yeah.
he was quite annoyed that gnomes took a lot of the engineering stuff and goblins did a lot of the sort of explosion stuff, and then pandas came along and took a lot of the beer stuff and the brewing stuff. And so it was like, well, what are the dwarves unique about if it isn't engineering
Or drinking
blowing
beer.
stuff out and drinking beer? Like, the dwarves have still got digging. Is that all they have now?
Yeah,
And so
but
he
come
was a
on,
little
the
bit
tavern
like-
keeper in Hearthstone is a dwarf, so maybe they had to balance it out a bit. Like, the main character in another game is a dwarf, so they're like, oh shit, let's now show some love to some of these other crappy races in World of Warcraft.
I think he has a point, though, that the dwarves have kind of lost a little bit of their uniqueness with a lot of the new stuff introduced. Like, at this point on, what are they? Are they like...
Well,
know,
they'll always be uniquely
happy
like
and-
half men, right? Like, they'll always be
Yeah.
really short, but a bit
Yeah,
taller
but,
than gnomes.
like, you know, goblins and gnomes are short, too, I guess.
Yeah, but I think dwarves are a little bit taller still.
I think ever since...
They're like mid-height.
since WoW has begun, like, gnomes were basically the go-to engineering race of choice, because they were the ones that did all the inventions and shit.
Yeah.
So then dwarves, like, maybe dwarves were more like the whole Explorer League thing, like walk around,
No,
find
that's it. Yeah,
stuff.
mining and you know,
Hemant Nessingwary.
Nessingwary
Killing
and
stuff. Killing
shit.
endangered animals.
Yeah. Nessingwary is cool, man. He's back, by the way, for Legion.
Yeah,
He's
they-
confirmed to be back. That's gonna be cool.
His,
What do you mean he's confirmed to be back?
Confirmed to be back.
What do you mean?
They have flat out said we're going to run into Nessingwary again.
well,
in
his
Pine
his appearance in Wrath of the Lich King was really good.
Yeah.
His Cataclysm appearance, I can't even remember.
I
Or
don't think
he
he
in
was in Cataclysm, but
And
he
then
was in Mists.
He came back from Mists, and it was a bit
Yeah.
fucking not
he
not
didn't.
great.
He didn't do as much as he usually did. Like it
No.
was only like 1 or 2 quests.
Yeah.
And you mostly did the thing with this kid, so it wasn't as amazing. I want like a long chain, like the vanilla style chain of like, go kill. You know, remember in vanilla it was like 30. Go kill 30 panthers and then go kill 30 more panthers. Finally kill 10 elite panthers and then the mega panthers.
You fucking
Nega Panthers.
were the
yeah.
only you and the fucking WoW forums, the only people who love those quests, right? And apparently
know,
everyone was
man.
like, asked, what's your favourite thing? And they were like, Nagrand. And then said like, okay, well just do Nagrand again. The
I
whole
found
fucking
that
thing.
the
Yeah.
Nessingwary
Because in
stuff
Draenor,
in
they have that
fucking
whole fucking
TBC
repeat,
is
don't they?
really bad. Though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hemant Nessingwary's like on a fucking deck chair up in Nagrand.
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
real sad.
Oh,
like he's sitting there and like,
shit, I know what
I'm
I'm
not
doing.
allowed to kill everything anymore. I'm real sad. So just sitting there drinking,
But
and you can
there's
go find this like
some
bear or
other
something.
guy. Yeah, there's some other guy right there, giving you the same quests though, right? To kill fucking 30 panthers.
Similarly, well, I mean, remember like in Draenor, you had the whole bonus objective thing everywhere you went. So like, no, you didn't really have a quest. You just suddenly on the maps like, hey, you know, maybe if you kill 40 dogs, you'll get extra stuff. And you kill 40 dogs, and suddenly you get extra stuff. No one gives it to you, it just disappears.
I can't
I mean,
remember
that-
what game
I'm
it was. I
telling
think
you, it's breaking my immersion.
I think
That's
it
what
was.
is.
Do you guys remember Warhammer Online?
I never played it.
I played it very briefly. It was okay. It sort of was the first game, the first MMO I played that introduced this whole concept of, you know, like
Group quests. or
group,
whatever they're
random
called.
group
Like public
world
quests or
encounters,
whatever.
public
Yeah.
quests.
Sorry, that's
yeah.
what
they're
called,
It's like WoW used them quite a bit now, and like other
I mean,
games
Guild
do too.
Wars was the real key example of that though, because all of Guild
They
Wars
did it
2
really
is
well.
public quests, right?
Yeah.
You never accept a quest, you never hand in a quest, you just go to a zone. There's
And
a
shit
guy
happens,
there, he's
yeah.
like yelling shit, like, "Look at these fucking frogs everywhere! What am I gonna do?" And then you kill the frogs, and he's like,
Yeah.
just gives you the thumbs up from like across the field of dead frogs, and it's
Well
like,
done.
you just get a
Yeah.
load of XP.
I
know?
fucking
Yeah, 'cause
want to
you-
meet that
the
guy
thing
so
about-
bad. I want to meet the guy who's yelling about frogs. What the fuck are all these frogs doing here? What do I do?
Well, that's the
I'll
thing,
show
like,
you him.
because in WoW, it's still based on what it was in vanilla, meaning you go to a guy tells you what to do. When you're done, you go back and say, "I've done it," and then he gives you stuff. Because like otherwise, how would you get the stuff?
It's very basic old school
Yeah.
programming though, right? Because that's
It
the
is,
old
yeah.
limitation on games. Like that's the way games had to be programmed before for them to even work. You know,
Yeah.
there was no recognition of you walking around. There was no like recognition of you walking around a certain area. And obviously, they've got the tech now, and that's why I think with Draenor, certainly with Draenor, they experimented with the treasures, they experimented with the public quests, and they've experimented a little bit with making a lot more things kind of more zoned and phased, right? So
Yeah.
it's more kind of the world is more dynamic, I guess.
Oh,
than-
you've got to be fucking kidding me. Remember that fucking grandma that we were waiting to spawn in that fucking flooded hut? I've just
Yeah.
come out here and like I beat the whole train here. She's not fucking here. God damn it. Jesus. That really
Well,
grinds
speaking
my
of old
asshole.
system, like I don't know if it's the same still, although I suspect it actually is, because it was the same for very recently. Their way of like making any quest objective complete, like literally anyone, is spawning an invisible mob and killing it, because the game is designed around killing shit, and that's what like ticks off something done in the programming. So every
Right.
time a quest wasn't a kill quest, they spawned like a particular mob with a particular ID, and then when that mob was dead, like that ticked over the quest. So literally shit like talk to X guy spawned a talk to X guy mob and then killed him, and that's what actually ticked over the quest.
Is that still
This-
the case?
I don't know if it's still the case. I imagine if there's anything
I
they
imagine
would
it
like
is, you know.
it could be, because that seems like it's something in the basic engine of the entire game, you know?
It means that what you can do is you can get like 10 or 20 guys who aren't really programmers, you know, and don't really know what they're doing, but they know how they can write quest text, they can write these basic quests, and they can just go in there with a very basic knowledge of spawn invisible mob 1 to complete quest, blah, 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 and then they can actually like set it up themselves, you know. You could
Yeah.
imagine that like people like me, kind of idiots, would still be able to like write quests into the game without without it having to be like some fucking nerdy coder. Every coder has to write the quest text, you know, or pass it on or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Man.
Thanks, Mother of Sips, and also Hammer Point Interactive. Thanks very much. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to thank you before because fucking Lewis is talking about programming or some shit. I have no idea. So,
Fuck yourself.
listen, before I go fuck myself, the point I was trying to make about whatchamacallit, fucking Warhammer Online, was that they had this system as well where, you know, you get those quests where it's like, you need to prove how strong you are. Why don't you go out there and kill 25 fucking bears or whatever? The game would like count how many fucking bears you killed previous to that, and if it was 25, it was just an instant turn in. You're like, yeah, well, fuck, I already killed like 25 bears back in 3 zones ago, so here you go.
That's right. And you killed like any boar.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
dropped all
And
the
it-
parts of the boar.
Yes. Yeah.
So there was like
I feel
4
like-
legs.
I feel like in
tail,
terms
a
of quality,
snout.
Plane Striders, I feel like in terms of quality of life, that was a really fucking good system. Because, you know, the worst is when you have to, like right now, kill fucking Plane Striders to collect their beaks. Well, there's fucking none out here, for Christ's sakes. I mean, there's a whole bunch of zebras out here. Don't eat those. You know, there's a
Barrens
fucking...
is
I
so
killed a
massive.
lion. I know, it's
Yeah.
fucking huge, isn't it? It's,
Well,
it's
I
such a
remember
big
like
zone.
because it used to be literally twice as big, and that's why it was unique. Like because people basically leveled there from 20 to 30. People were there for a long time, which is why Barrens chat became a thing, because it was actually somewhere that people always were in. It
Barrens
wasn't
chat.
just like
Holy shit. I don't think we have any chance of seeing Barrens chat because our guild is so active. Look at all the shaming happening in guild right now, for instance.
Who did something that needs to be shamed?
Who did something non-vanilla? Please make Rithian aware of it. We'll have like a meeting of
Disc
the...
Priest asked if we could use heirlooms, and then there were a spam of shame.
Oh,
Poor
fuck.
guy.
How? I mean, where can we put the rules where they're easy to like find and read and understand? Oh, Plane Striders. Oh, shit. Oh, here's one. This one's broken, I think. Alright, give me a beak. We're out here collecting beaks. Are you guys on this quest too?
I thought you said give me a beat.
Oh,
So I
that
was
one
about to
didn't
go,
drop a beak. I found a Plane Strider without a beak. Damn
See,
it.
I always like The way people always question that, like, how could I can see the beak right there, how come I don't get it? And then
It's fucking true though. I mean, why
It
Yeah.
is so
why
true.
didn't the fucking beak drop? Like, clearly I've seen the beak. What, did I accidentally melt the beak with my fire spells? And that, you know... And you know what? If the game
Yeah.
would just tell me that, I would be fine with it. I'd be like, oh
Yeah.
shit, my fire spells fucking melted the beak. No way.
oh, yeah.
But no, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't drop. It's so fucking frustrating. I'm not salty or anything. I am salty.
No,
But,
of course.
you know.
Well, the
fucking-
idea would be, I guess, then that, like, yeah, like, some of them are damaged or whatever, but, I mean, screw you, man. Like, these quests, like, you didn't ask for pristine, pure, untouched beaks. You just needed beaks.
Yeah.
So who cares if I've, like, shadow
Here's a
bolted them
clump
a little
of
bit on the
X
side?
beak. It was unfortunately melted thanks
Yeah.
to one of my many fire spells at the age of 14 in WoW years. Sorry. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. This will be our first beak. We only need 7 of these. We'll only be out here for like, what, 7 hours now? There, I got one. Hooray!
I'm just going to the fucking crossroads because I'm all about retro, right? I'm all about remembering
Crossroads
shit.
PvP?
You
So
want to
I'm
do
just
some
gonna go to
PvP?
crossroads and see what the fuck is going on over here.
Hey, do you think maybe there's going to be a huge alliance raid on Crossroads?
God, I hope so.
Oh man, World PvP would be fucking sweet, wouldn't it? I would love
Right
that.
now.
We have
God, I
enough
could really
people
do
here
with
to
some.
really fucking do some World PvP. Oh,
We're starting to
Yinny!
get, like, a little
Oh,
bit
that's
more
right.
high-level
That's
people.
what we need, Yinny. That's right. Yinny is out here, jumping around in her undies, tagging all the mobs. Perfect. We're gonna get these beaks in no time at this rate. See, if only everybody in the party was like Yinny. Naked and useful.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Fucking know
I
it.
guess I do, yeah.
I'm Mr. Taco. Thanks for subscribing, I'm Mr. Taco. I feel like I need to correct you there, though, because actually I am Mr. Taco.
Right.
There's only room for one. Hey, who's this? Oh, this guy's fucking tagging all the plane striders out here. Christ's sake. Guys? Tacos.
What is it, Sips?
Tacos or burritos?
Are they?
Oh,
The
shit.
corn burritos.
I found a dude out here.
What about tortillas?
Tortillas. Well, I think you can either get
Tortilla.
the hard or the soft tortillas, and I think that's the differentiation between a taco and a burrito.
Oh wow, Sips. There are loads of quests in the crossroads,
Oh, I can't wait.
but
Sorry,
I'm
collecting-
slightly guessing.
I'm collecting
That's-
non-beaks at the moment. Oh,
I am not
shit.
going to collect a single fucking beat.
Alright.
Look, I'm
You
playing
need-
this game how I want to play it. And
Alright.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah,
Because I knew a little bit about the game.
yeah.
One of the things you could do when Burning Crusade came out was skip Hellfire Citadel.
Oh, yeah.
You could actually, if you were level, because Hellfire Citadel was level like 58 to 60.
Right.
And so the idea of it, am I thinking of Hellfire Citadel? Hellfire
No, you're
Peninsula?
correct.
Ramparts.
Peninsula, yeah. Citadel is the new raid.
Yeah,
But
you're,
yeah,
you're
so
thinking of
most
Ramparts,
people,
the
like-
first dungeon.
Obviously, most people, when it first came out, was level 60 because they were max level. But technically, you could go there at level 58. So, keep going.
So I just went to Zangamar straight away. And
Oh, nice.
Had a wonderful time when everyone else was trying to like do all of their shitty.
Oh, yeah.
busy
it's-
quests.
The first day of an expansion, it's so fucking busy, isn't it? You have to sort of like either play in the middle of the night when most people who have to like live normal lives and stuff have gone to bed. Or you have to play like super early in the morning or like during the day, the next day when everybody's at work. But what
Yeah.
a lot of people do is they take time off, right? To play a new expansion.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done
It's
that
true.
before.
I've
actually
done
done
that
that
too.
before.
Yeah.
I've actually, like, before I had kids and stuff, I, like, took time off. Like, if a new game came out, I would, like, take a week off just to, like, play it and stuff.
I mean, it sounds like hugely nerdy to do that, right? But we
Yeah.
all know that actually it's like very important to be able to do that.
Of course. it is.
Because
It's
otherwise,
It's
'cause
vital.
it's like your main hobby, though, right?
Yeah.
So
Do I have to, like, free these wolves or some shit?
I don't know. I feel like it's better to maybe take a day off and play rather than, like, you know, play every single moment of your time when you're not working, and while you're working, you basically think about, wow, and sneak off to do WoW stuff anyway, you might as well just take some time off, you know?
True.
Yeah.
I am Alliance, it's true. I've seen the beak. I'm being quoted. Hunting the Huntress. Are you just... Oh, shit. Okay. Are you able to do these and hand them in?
I'm just sharing them with you so you can, you don't have to, you might be able to do some on the way to Crossroads, that's all.
Alright, thanks.
And also the quest givers might be dead by the time you get there, so I figure collecting these up is pretty handy. There's one more.
Are these working? Have I done this? I need to free another wolf. Guys, stop freeing the wolves without me, for Christ's sake. I think I got that one. Alright, I've done it.
Alright, I think you got them all.
Yeah. I'm out here fucking doing quests, Lewis. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm doing quests at Crossroads, yeah.
Do you have a big man train with you right now?
Yeah, I've got Cloud Nudes, got another guy.
Oh shit. I just got a flame retardant sheet.
A flame retarded sheet.
Yeah, with agility and stamina, my 2 preferred stats. Well, it's a cape. A cape is a cape, right? Oops.
Man, I'm enjoying doing leatherworking, I must admit. Like,
Yeah? Have you made some cool stuff yet? Oh, look at this fucking cape. Holy shit. I also blew my racial as well. Troll racial is pretty sweet, huh?
Boom.
It's one of the better ones, yeah.
Berserking.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shove that in a macro.
I will do.
Yep.
Yeah, see?
Right up that macro.
Right in that macro. Alright.
Gotta increase your average DPS by X%, you know?
I'm killing all the
It's
razor
important.
mains. Yeah.
Is that what it does? Haste
Well-
by 15%.
If you have, you know, an unused haste, that does increase your DPS, or HPS, I guess. Heals per second.
Whoa, HPS, is that a thing now?
Yep.
I thought it was HOTS. Heals over
HOTS.
time. No?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just what people used to compare. Like if you have higher heals per second, higher dip. But you can't compare healing per second to damage per second the same way, because damage per second is just flat out better. Like the more you do, the better you are at your job. But as a healer,
HPS.
sometimes people are already at full health, and then you can't heal, and you just have to sort of stand there.
I've never
So-
really understood that, because I've never really played a healer.
No, I used to play a healer back in vanilla, where of course healing was far different than it is nowadays. Like, because you used to be able to downrank spells and everything back then, so you could be like much more
Yeah.
mana efficient. So if you had like a certain amount of spell power, you could make like a level 2 flash heal for as much as a max ranked one, you know, without sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty cool way of doing it, but nowadays you can't do that shit. You have to like do these like weird fucking rotations and make sure that you have enough mana, and then you'll always have like this skill that gives you back mana that you have to use crucially on cooldown and stuff. And I don't know if I'd really enjoy being a healer nowadays.
Being a healer is different to how it used to be. I mean,
Yeah.
my first class was a healer as a priest, and I wasn't really very good at it, and I didn't really do it, and I didn't really, it was kind of like I didn't do it with any. I think these days it's weird to see that archetype, right, in an MMO. Like you play any other
A pure
MMO,
healer?
and there isn't like a pure healer. Yeah.
Well, everything has to be hybrid now though, because you can't just have a pure healer, because they can't quest and level up and stuff like that.
It feels like you don't see
They've
that.
changed
right?
the classes
So-
around a lot so that everybody is able to do things on their own now,
But
which
But,
wasn't
like,
the case.
I always, I don't know, you know, like you know Diablo, okay?
No.
You know Diablo 3.
Yeah.
You can play like a class who's like a 0 DPS build, right? You were telling me about this, Sibs. So
Yeah.
you can actually build your like monk or whatever or whoever you're playing out to do almost no damage, but just not die or keep your like supportive, you know, like heals and stuff. And it's kind of weird, like how kind of cool that is though in like a group setting to do that. And
Yeah.
I guess with like a lot of MMOs these days, or not these days, but since WoW, certainly Guild Wars and Warhammer Online, and Rift and stuff, it's felt like there hasn't been, and Elder Scrolls Online 2, there hasn't been like a pure. Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe I just feel like the archetypes aren't there. The tank healer, DPS archetypes aren't there.
Well, a lot of them want to get rid of it because they feel like it's limiting or whatever, but I don't know. Most of the games I've played, when they try to get rid of their archetype, hasn't really worked out well because people want it. People want clear roles when they do a dungeon.
Fuck!
That's true. But maybe it's I always thought this because originally WoW, the bosses in WoW were just tank and spank, really, weren't they?
More or less, yeah.
You had to have a tank who would taunt and build up enough threat to keep the boss on him, and that was all he did. He was like a shield wall. A healer who would just heal the tank and occasionally heal some of the raid damage. And then, I think what happened over time was WoW slowly became more and more giving complexity to those roles. So tanks have to tank switch and various other stuff. Oh my god.